Hi everybody, Brooke here. Welcome to our 30-minute beginner Pilates session. We're going to use a little bit of equipment today. If you happen to have a long resistance band at home, go ahead and grab it now. If you don't have one, don't worry about it too much. All of the exercises can be done without the band. If you don't have one, the band just adds a little bit of extra challenge. In some places it actually helps you, in other places just kind of makes it a little more interesting, in other places still. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start standing up as usual, just coming to the end of your mat. Having a look at your feet, check that your feet are parallel, hip width apart. Deep breath in, reach your arms overhead. And then as you breathe out, come up onto your toes. Just finding your balance, sliding the shoulders down your back, button your ribs closer towards your hips, and then reach your arms out to the side as you slowly lower your heels to the mat. Drop your chin around your spine and roll yourself all the way down over your legs. And I want you to hang there for a moment, nodding your head, and then shaking the head side to side. And then swaying your arms left and right, just sweeping your torso side to side, sweeping your fingertips across the mat if you can get them down to the mat. Good. Come back to the center, bend your knees, gather the abdominals in, slowly roll yourself, articulating every joint in your spine. Roll yourself all the way back up to standing, shoulders and head come up last. Inhale, lift your arms overhead. And exhale, come up onto your toes again. Finding that balance, narrowing the waist. And then again, reach your arms out to the side, heels slowly to the mat, chin to chest around the spine, and roll yourself all the way down. Good. This time I want you to get your hands to the mat, bending your knees, and walk your hands forward until you're on all fours. So knees under the hips, hands directly beneath the shoulders, slide the shoulders down away from the ears, then breathe out, hover your knees just an inch or so up off the mat. Hips should be level with your shoulders, no higher than the shoulders. Inhale, lower the knees back down. Exhale, lift the knees, scoop the abdominals in, hold there, big pelvic floor lift. Inhale, lower the knees back down. 2 more times, breathing out, hovering those knees up, gathering the abdominals in, lifting the pelvic floor. Inhale, down, last one. Breathing out, lift up and hold. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lift the knees all the way up, press into your heels, stretch into the backs of your legs, and then walk your hands back to your feet. Bend the knees, round the spine, and roll yourself all the way up one last time. Shoulders and head come up last. Lace your fingers behind the back, lift the arms, lift the chest, look to the ceiling. Inhale, and then breathe out. Drop your chest down over the legs, let the arms drop away from your body, and just hang there to hold. Good. With your next exhale, let the hands go. Hands coming down to the mat, soften the knees, walk forward, breathing out, coming out into your plank. But this one time, I want you to come down to your elbows. So really drop the hips in line with the shoulders. We're going to lower both knees down to the mat. Tilt the pelvis, really scoop the abdominals in, and then breathe out. Just lift the right knee. Exhale. Inhale, lower the right knee down, then lift the left knee. Inhale, lower. Now, if you want to make this harder, just barely rest that knee on the mat. Imagine you can slide a piece of paper out from under the weight of that knee that's on the mat as you lift the other one up. Stay here for 6. Keep your head lifted, looking off the end of the mat. Last 4, keep that core strong. 3, 2, and 1. Now drop both knees down, lift both knees up. 4 more times with both knees down and up. Breathe in and out. Last 2, lift. 1, lift and hold. Stay there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, drop the hips, and look up to the ceiling. Point the toes, just stretch your legs out. And then lower yourself all the way down to your mat. Now flip yourself around, coming onto your back. And I want you to grab your long band and fold it in 2. So it's a little bit shorter. We're going to reach your hands out in front of you. I want you to walk your feet right to the end of your mat. So we're going to roll ourselves back. So you have to make sure you have enough space there. Reach the band out in front of you. Breathe out. Point the toes. Squeeze the legs together around your spine and slowly control as you roll back down to the mat. 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale. Reach the arms behind you with that band. A little bit of a stretch of the band. Then exhale. Lift the band. Lift the head. Peel your spine up. And then reach the arms up over your head. Inhale. And then exhale. Around the spine. Roll yourself all the way down. Now, if you get stuck rolling up, you can actually use that band, wrap it around your knee, and come forward that way. Lifting up, rolling back down. So again, just to show your modified version, if by rolling up you get stuck, you pull that knee up, kind of wrap that band,
Give yourself a little bit of a help to come up, and then really focus on rolling down as slowly as you can, pointing the toes, squeezing the legs together, coming down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, and then exhale again. Hands, head, spine, curling up, reaching that band up to the ceiling, lengthening through the top of the head. And then breathe out, let the hands come to the front, round the spine, and roll yourself all the way down. Take a deep breath in. Now, with your next exhale, if you want to advance this, we're going to lift the head, but lift your right leg up. Try to touch the band to that right leg. Inhale, lower it all the way back down to the mat. Another big breath in. Exhale, lifting all the way up. Band to the leg. Inhale as you lower that leg, and then exhale, roll the spine down to the mat. Inhale to hold. Exhale, hands, head, spine, peeling up. Lift the right leg, alternating legs up. Inhale to hold, and then exhale as you move. Inhale to hold. Exhale to lift. Left leg up. Inhale, hold. And then again, exhale, rolling all the way down. With the last one, we're going to keep the legs on the mat. Breathe out, lift the hands, lift the head, peel your spine up, and reach that band all the way to your toes. Just folding over your legs. Breathe in, straighten up the back. And we're going to breathe out, come halfway back and hold here. We're going to twist to the left, up and over, to the right. Just touch those pinkies to the mat, left and right. Stay there for 6, 5. Point your toes, squeeze the legs together. There's no movement through the legs. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands come back to the center, and then slowly, slowly roll yourself all the way back. And last time, reaching those hands behind you. Next, pop your band to the side. I want you to take your hands behind your head. We're going to breathe out, pull your right knee into your chest, pull your shoulders up. Exhale, inhale, lower the head, lower the right leg. Exhale, lift the left leg, curl your shoulders up again. Inhale, come all the way back down to the floor. Breathing out, head and shoulders up, knee in. Inhale, stretch everything back out. Slow movements, breathing out as you alternate those legs up. Breathing in as you drop them back down to the mat. Let's aim for 4 more. Breathing out as you lift. Breathing in as you lower. Last 3. Knee to chest, really crunching at the top. Inhale, control down. Last 2. Breathing out. And in. 1 more. Breathing out. And I want you to hold here. So keep that left knee up. Now join it with your right knee. Right knee comes up. We're going to breathe in, lower the toes down to the mat. Knees stay bent. Exhale, lift them back up. Now, if that feels too strong, alternate those toes. Left toe down and then right. But if you can manage it with it, if it doesn't get into your lower back, lower both legs together. Stay there for 3. Breathing out and in. Last 2. 1 more. Down and up. And then drop your head down. Take your hands along your sides. And now I want you to breathe out. Just stretch the legs long with your head and shoulders down on the mat. Breathe in. Pull the knees into the chest. Breathe out. Reach those toes to where the wall meets the ceiling in front of you. Stretching the legs long. Inhale. Knees bend. 2 more there. Breathing out to stretch. Breathe in. Drawing the knees in. Last 1. Exhale as you lengthen the legs. Inhale as you come back to our tabletop position. Now open your arms out a little wider, palms down to the mat, shoulders stuck to the floor. We're going to drop both knees down to the right, turn your head to the left, and then breathe out, draw the knees back to the midline, head comes back to the center, drop the knees to the left as you turn your head to the right, and then breathe out, lift the knees and the head back to your center line. 1 more time each way, just really feeling that twist, feeling that mobility through the spine, that movement through every joint as you drop the knees in one direction and the head in the other direction, and then come back to your center line once again. Now you lift your fingertips up to the ceiling, reach your right arm and left leg to the wall behind you, go in front, inhale back to that starting point, left arm, right leg, stretch and bend. Try to maintain a neutral spine, a little bit of a gap under your lower back, but the lowest back rib is down on the mat. Belly button's pulled in tight, pelvic floor lifting up and away. Stay there for 4 and 3. Make sure the breath is flowing. Last 2 and 1. Good. Now reach the hands all the way behind you. We're going to breathe out, sweep the arms around, and see if you can roll yourself up into a V-sit, holding the backs of the knees. Now take the hands away. We're going to slowly lower the arms and legs. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the hands around. Draw the knees into your chest. Roll the shoulders back, chin up. Take the hands away, maybe touching the sides of the ankles. And breathe out, lower everything down to the mat. Inhale to hold. Exhale, sweeping around. Lift, feel free to use the hands at the backs of the knees or just reaching them along the sides of the legs. Exhale, lowering everything back down to the mat. Inhale to hold. And exhale, lift all the way back up. Good. Now I'm going to drop the feet down to the mat and separate your feet slightly. We're going to come into a nice straight back. Now you're going to reach your hands in front of you. We're going to breathe out, round the spine, come into a C curve and open your arms wide. Try to keep the feet on the mat. Breathe in, come back to your straight back. Breathe out, tilt the pelvis, scoop the belly, round the spine, open your arms out. Inhale, arms back to the center, sit up straight. 2 more like that, breathing out. Breathe in. Last one, breathing out. Rounding the spine. Now I'm going to keep your C curve, but take the hands at the front, breathe out, lift the arms overhead. Inhale, lower them back down. 3 more, exhale up. Inhale down. Last 2. And down. Holding the last one up, stay there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now take the hands back to the knees and stretch out your back. Good. We're going to come all the way down to the floor now. Take your hands out in front of you, tilt the pelvis, scoop the abdominals, round your spine, and control your roll down, 1 vertebra at a time, coming down to the mat. Now we're going to walk our feet in towards our hips, and make sure your knees are in line with the hips. So not rolling out to the side of the mat, not pulling in towards each other, perfectly in line with your hips. We're going to breathe out, press your lower back down to the mat, scoop your abdominals in, peel your spine all the way up, 1 vertebra at a time. Once your hips are high, we check our rib to hip connection. Again, check those knees are perfectly in line, and then lift your right knee up. Now, if you want to advance this, lift the fingertips up to the ceiling. If you want to keep it a lower level, hands stay on your mat. Breathe in as you drop both hips down, exhale, lift them up. Inhale down, exhale up. Staying here for 8, 7. Strong exhale to each lift. 5, 4, last 3. Really working to that left leg. Last one. Up and hold 8. Little pulse at the top. Smaller movements. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the right foot. Lift both hips a touch higher. Lift your left knee up. Left knee stays bent in that tabletop position. Breathe in as you lower the hips down. Breathe out. Lift all the way up. In as you go down. Exhale as you lift. 8 more. 7, 6. Feeling that right glute and lifting as high as you can. Last 4, 3, 2, and we hold the last one up. Small pulses up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your left foot down to the mat. Lift your hips up higher. Breathe in. Reach the arms all the way to the back of the floor behind you. Round your spine. Roll yourself all the way down to the mat, bone by bone. Good. Wrap your hands on your sides. Hug your knees into your chest. A little bit of movement side to side. Now I'm going to lift your toes up to the ceiling. Really stretch into your hamstrings. Lift your head, lift your shoulders up off the mat. We're going to hold the right leg as the left leg drops down. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, change. Exhale, hold. Good. Stay here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I want you to hold the next one. See if you can bend the knees and then straighten both legs out. So you can walk your hands up towards the ankle. Pull your shoulders down away from the ears and pull your leg in towards your chest. Inhale as you change the legs. Again, soften the knees. Stretch them long. So you can walk up that leg towards the ankle. Relax the shoulders down. Scoop the belly button in. One more time. Changing legs. Bend your knees. Stretch them long. Lift the chest. Relax the shoulders. So you can get your hands close to the ankle. Last one. Inhale, change. Soften the knees. Straighten them out. Walk up towards the ankle. And then drop your head and shoulders down to the mat as you hug your knees into your chest. A little bit of movement side to side. Good. Now I want your feet together, knees together, and I want you to come down onto your toes, but keep your heels up. Press your lower back down into the mat, scoop the abdominals and lift your pelvic floor, and peel your spine all the way up, 1 vertebra at a time, coming into a nice high shoulder bridge. Walk your hands a little closer towards your feet. Again, look down your body, check that the knees are squeezing tight together. And we're gonna inhale, lower the hips down, exhale, squeeze to lift. Full range of motion, down and up. Stay here for 8 and 7. Really lift with each one, wrapping those glutes around the tailbone, squeezing the inner thighs together, engaging your core muscles, wrapping your abdominals a little tighter around your waist. Last 2, lift. Hold the last one up, small little pulse at the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold, squeeze the knees tight, and then inhale, drop your hips and flip your feet. So you're balancing on your heels with your toes up. So strong flexed foot. We're gonna breathe out, lift the hips, still with those knees together. So look down your body, make sure the knees are tight. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna hold the last one up again. We finish 8 little pulses. Squeeze 8, 7, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your toes down. Breathe in, reach the arms all the way behind you. Lift the hips a little higher, squeeze the knees a little tighter, and then melt your rib cage down first. Middle back, second, lower back, third. Hips and tailbone come down last. And we wrap the hands around your knees to hug your knees into your chest. Good. Hold the backs of the knees, draw your chin in, roll yourself up to sitting. Slide the legs out in front of you, slide your hands down the legs, grab the ankles, just fold over your legs, and then breathe in, straighten up your back. Now we're gonna flip over to all fours. Have your hands directly beneath your shoulders, shoulders away from your ears. We're gonna extend the right leg back, zip the belly button up and away, and start lifting that leg up and down. 8 times. 7, 6, 5, and 4. Really press the mat away, core strong. 2, and 1. Now you're gonna bend the knee and then kick the foot to the back wall. Bend and extend. Staying here for 6, 5, 4, 3. So back stays straight throughout these exercises. Heel comes in line with the hip with this one. Last 2 and 1. Now bend the knees, soul the foot up to the ceiling, pull the ribs up into the body, pulse up from there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toes, stretch the leg all the way out, lift the lower back, sweep the leg out to the side, circle it around, leg perfectly straight. Staying there for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Now I'm going to lift that right leg and extend your left arm, opposite arm and leg. Breathe out, round your spine. Pull your elbow in, pull the knee in, pull the chin to your chest. Inhale, stretch everything long. Exhale, round the spine. Find your balance between that right hand and left knee. Stay here 4 more. And stretch. And 3. Stretch. So we're working to that right leg, that right glute, but also the core is working to help control your balance for that mobility through the spine. And reach. Last one. A bit of upper body as well. Reach, and then take the left hand and right knee down. Just lift that lower back again. Slide the shoulders down. Just do little checks and send your left leg back. Flex the foot. Square the hips. Right hip is directly over the knee. Left hip points to the mat. Lift the leg up and down. Lift and lower. Staying here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Really press the mat away. Don't let the spine sink between your shoulder blades. Hold the last one. Now bend the knee, fold your heel in towards your hip, and then extend the leg to the back wall. Bend and extend. Imagine there's a trap between your heel and your hip. So roll that heel in and roll it back out, getting that full extension of the leg. Stay here for 4 and 3. Last 2. Hold the last one. Knee stays in line with the hip. We just lift that foot up to the ceiling. Pull your ribs up into your body and pulse up from there. Big lift. Staying here for 8, 7, 6, like you're stamping footprints on the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend the leg all the way out. Point your toes. Zip the core in one more time. Just check your alignment on the pelvis. And then sweep the leg out to the side. Circle it around. Sweep up and around. Stay there for 6 and 5. Last 4, 3, 2, And one. Take the foot back in line with the hip. Extend your right arm and then lift your right arm and left leg up. Breathe out, round the spine. Pull the knee in, pull the elbow and chin to chest. Inhale, stretch everything out. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, reach. 4 more. Tuck. And reach. And 3. Last 2. 1 more. Tuck. Reach and hold. And then take the hand down, take the knee down. Toes together, knees apart. Just sit back onto your heels. Slot your ribs between your knees, stretching your arms nice and long. And take a big cleansing breath. Good. Now stay on your knees. I want you to hinge yourself forward. Open your knees out a little wider. Toes are touching together behind your back. Turn your fingertips in towards each other. And we're going to lift your head, shoulders back, hips forward. We're going to drop the chest down. Breathe out. Stretch it out. So it's like a modified push-up with slight changes. And that the elbows go out to your sides. And that your knees are nearly at the edges of the mat. We're squeezing the glutes a little bit. So your ears, shoulders, and hips all go down in one line. Your chin is lifted, your chest is nice and open. Stay there for 4 and 3. The modification here is just to make it a little smaller if you need to. Last 2 and 1. And then again, just sit back onto your heels, stretching your arms. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Good. Now turn onto your side. I'm going to stretch your body out nice and long. Shoulder back, take your hand, wrap it around the waist, find that little lift at the narrowest part of your waist, and see you lift your right leg up, hold it there, or that top leg, whichever leg, lift your lower leg up and try not to push into those fingertips. Now we're going to do some small circles with that top leg, and then just take your hands, rest it just below the navel, and just make sure you're shrinking in away from that hand. Keep the pelvic floor engaged, lifting the pelvic floor. Stay there for 4. So you can float that hand to the ceiling. 3, 2, hold, reverse. 6, 5, lower leg is just up off the mat. That lower leg is working even though it's not moving. 2 and 1. Now flex your feet, pull your toes in, lift the top leg up and down. Lift and lower. 4 more here. And 3, think about your rib to hip connection. Make sure you're not flaring into the ribs. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Last 2. Hold the last one up, pulse up high. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the foot back in line with the hips and scissor both legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come back together. Drop the feet down and we're flip right over to the other side. Again, extend your arm, rest your head, wrap your hand around the waist, find that little gap at the narrowest part of the waist, lift your top leg, join it with the lower leg, and then do your small circles. Make sure you're not pushing into those fingers as those legs go up. So still keeping a little bit of a lift through that oblique, and just slide your hand up, so just touching your belly button or slightly below, and make sure those abdominals are shrinking down away from your hand as you move your top leg in small circles. Now, so you can take that hand to the ceiling, keep your neck nice and relaxed, keep your lower leg strong. Let's hold that last one, lengthen a little bit more through those toes, reverse your circle, 6 the other way. 5, 4, still maintaining your balance, hips are stacked. 3, 2, and 1. Now flex the feet, pull your toes in, really kick the heels away, lift the top leg up and down. Breathe out and in. Stay here, 6 more. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're gonna hold the last one up, little pulse at the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet come back in line with your hips, and then we're scissor the legs for 8, 7, 6. Both legs straight. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs come back together. Drop the feet down to the mat. We're going to come up to sitting. I just want you to take the soles of your feet together, open the knees out, and ease your knees down towards the mat, folding over your legs. Sit up nice and tall, pull your heels in, straighten up the back, hold your toes, try to ease those knees down as you lengthen through the top of the head. Good, and stretch your legs out in front of you, cross your left leg over your right, wrap your right arm around the knee, breathe in as you twist, looking to the wall behind you, and then exhale, try to twist a little further, and changing sides, left leg crossing, right knee crossing the left leg, left arm wrapping around the knee, opposite arm to knee. Inhale, look to the wall behind you. Exhale, try to twist a little further. And come back to the front. Now we're going to pick up the band again. I want to flip you onto your front, holding the band at the end of your mat. Good. Hands at just about at the corners of the mat, feet in line with your hips. Draw your belly button in. We're going to lift the arms, lift the chest. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and lower. 4 more here. And 3. Last 2. And 1. And we lower the arms. I'm going to lift the right arm and left leg. Keep that band in the hands. Inhale, lower. Exhale, left arm, right leg. Inhale, down. Lift and lower. Opposite arm and leg. A little bit of a pull on that band as you lift. Keep the core strong. Draw the belly button up away from the floor. That's 2 and 1. Now, if you want to advance that, we're going to lift both arms, both legs, and go from there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. One more set. Stay there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let everything come down. Let go of the band. Take your hands under your shoulders. Sit back onto your heels just to stretch out your lower back. Good. Okay, flip yourself onto your back one more time. We're going to finish with some more abdominals and then have a little quick stretch before we finish and let you go. We're going to just drop your feet down to the mat. Take your hands behind your head. Breathe out. Imprint your lower back into the mat. Curl your shoulders up and then reach your right hand to the left hip. So crossing the body. Inhale, drop the shoulders down. Exhale, left hand to the right hip. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And lift. Lower. We're going to aim for 4 more each side. Really try to get that outside of that hand to that hip. So really peeling the shoulders up off the mat. Use the breath. Keep the lower back imprinted into the mat. 1 more each way. Lift and lower and lift and lower. Good. Hands still behind the head. I'm going to lift your knees up to tabletop. Feet together, knees together. Draw the belly button and lift your pelvic floor. Curl your shoulders up and we're going to turn the elbows. Elbow touching the opposite knee and switch. Switch and switch. Stay here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the shoulders, hug your knees in, and then breathe out. Extend your arms and legs. Head stays down on the mat. Ribs stay down on the mat. Inhale to tap. Exhale, reach. And tap. And reach. And tap. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. Last 1. Wrap your hands around the knees, draw your chin to your chest, roll yourself up into a balance, elbows wide around the spine, roll back your shoulders up to your balance, hold, scoop the abdominals once again, rolling back to the shoulders, up to your balance. If you want to try something a little more challenging, extend your legs, hold the backs of the calves as you roll back. Find that balance again, those legs long, 2 more like that, rolling back, and up to hold, scoop the abdominals, last one, back. Up and hold, and then just stretch your legs out in front of you. Reach for your toes, drop your head down towards your legs, and then sit up nice and tall. Now you flip yourself around. Take your left foot between your hands and really push your hips forward. Now take those hands right onto the top of the hip and just again lean forward into that hip. So stretching out your right hip flexor. We're going to take the opposite elbow outside of that knee. Look over your left shoulder. So we're turning towards the knee. Pressing those elbows out to the knee. Take your hands then back down to the mat, either side of the foot, and turn your knee out to the side. So the left knee is outside of your left arm. You're kind of balancing on the outside of that left foot, and then bend your elbows and drop your chest down towards the mat. Now straighten up the arms, pull the knees back to the chest, and then walk your hands back to feel a stretch through your hamstring on that left leg. Now walk your hands forward, lift the back foot up, and either just hold here, or if you can, get that right hand to the right foot and pull it in. But again, that's fairly advanced, so only try it if you feel like you're not forcing anything. And back to your knees, step your right foot forward, so changing sides, hands on that knee, dropping forward, stretching into that left hip flexor, the front of your left hip. Take your left elbow to the outside of the right knee, hands together, turn the shoulders, look over that shoulder. Hands on either side of your right foot, open that right knee out to the side, come onto the outside of that right foot, then start bending your elbows, just swaying a little bit side to side as you drop your chest down towards the mat, opening up that right hip. The lower that knee is, the more you're going to feel that hip stretch. And then pull the knee back into your chest, walk your hands back, do that nice runner stretch through the back of the right hamstring. And then hinge your body forward and lift your left foot. Hands up to your knee if you can without cramping or forcing. You take that left hand to your left foot and again, lean forward. Good. Now come onto your knees, get your hands down to the mat. We're going to tuck your toes, scoop your abdominals and just hover your knees up off the mat. Again, find that deep abdominal connection, lifting the pelvic floor, and then lift the knees all the way up. Press into your heels, arch the back. I'm going to pedal through the knees. Right heel down, left heel down. Sit there for 4, 3, 2, 1. And both heels go down. Walk your hands back to your feet. Hang here for a moment. Just kind of circle your shoulders. Circle them the other way. And soften your knees. Scoop the abdominals in and roll yourself all the way back to standing. Shoulders on top of ribs, head on top of shoulders. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, float up onto your toes. If your heels, you're going to squeeze the glutes, squeeze the inner thighs, and then lower your heels down. Reach your hands behind the back. Big stretch here. And shake everything out. Great, well done. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We're back tomorrow with a special focus on using the Pilates ring. So make sure you subscribe on social media, on Instagram and Facebook, so you can see all of the updates for our schedule and keep checking back in. Thanks. Bye.